Hi and welcome to this video. It's called Let's Face It, Your Diet Isn't Working, because you know the story by now. Every January the new must-have diet comes out, and every January you promise that this year you'll actually lose weight, but by February or March it's game over. The diet didn't work, the dream of looser fitting clothes didn't happen. The scales are showing you as being even heavier than when you started, even though you've been eating rabbit food and barely enough to feed a mouse. It's just not fair. So what's gone wrong? After all, there were success stories on the front cover of the book and in the newspaper that serialized it and encouraged you to buy it. Surely that means that you're at fault, not the process. Well, no, it's not your fault, and I know you've heard that before as well. But your doctor probably doesn't know this or doesn't want to believe it, but our current diet, the one we've had since roughly the 1970s, is just plain wrong. Yeah. We've been told a lie by the government, so no change there. But we've also been lied to by doctors and health officials, because there's been a lot of research. They actually know it's wrong, but they can't backtrack very easily. The thing is that fat is good for us, and contrary to what you'd instinctively think, it doesn't make you fat. But unfortunately, there's lots of nice, tasty stuff that is bad for us. There's sweets, chocolate, sugary drinks, they're obvious baddies. But there's also healthy fruit juices. Fruit, yeah, that's bad. Quite a lot of vegetables, anything that's grown below the ground, and some other stuff that's above the ground, but mainly below the ground, so potatoes especially. Low-fat foods, grains. Pretty much most of the supermarket shelves, they're equally bad for us. Sounds nasty, doesn't it? The thing is, our bodies aren't designed for processed foods. They might be in a few thousand years, but they're definitely not yet. It does take us a lot of time to evolve and get used to these kind of things. And shed loads of stuff that's actually on the supermarket shelf at the moment wasn't even invented when you were born, so you had no chance to adapt to it. And the next thing is there are a few big problems of eating the correct way for our bodies rather than the way that we've been told since the 70s. Firstly, most of your friends will probably think you've gone mad. Okay, let them watch the scales tell them that maybe they haven't. Your doctor will almost certainly freak out. They've had years of training that low fat is good, high fat is bad, and they really don't know any different. And to start with, you'll definitely get all sorts of guilty feelings when you eat the food you're actually supposed to eat, a bit like when you snuck off and ate that tub of Häagen-Dazs or whatever. Except this time you'll be eating healthy stuff, so the guilty feelings can go, or you can just look at the scales and think, well, actually I'm not feeling guilty about that weight loss. Because basically we're designed to eat low carb, low carbohydrate, lowish protein, so you're not going to be pigging out on half a cow or anything like that, and high fat meals. They fill us up and they don't create the peaks and troughs in your blood sugar level that cause all sorts of problems with things like insulin levels and stuff like that. Think about it, you'd struggle to slurp down a pot of cream or munch your way through a slab of butter, but because your body doesn't really know any better, a family-sized pack of crisps or two, or a bar of chocolate, that's easy to eat, and you could demolish that and still be hungry in an hour or so's time, maybe even less. So, if you'd like to get out of the permanent yo-yo diet cycle, eat some really nice tasting, healthy, really tasty food, even if you've been taught for the last 40 or so years that it's bad for you, because they're wrong. Give me a call. Numbers below this video. We can go through this in a lot more detail, look at a few books that tell you the truth rather than pretend that low fat works. There's lots and lots and lots of research on this, and most of it gets suppressed or badly reported because it just doesn't fit, and generally put you on track to get your weight down and your health back, because that's the other nice side benefit of it. Your weight will go down. Negative or positive is you'll be buying new clothes. I've dropped several jeans sizes already and I've still got a bit more to go. And you'll get your health back, because this is actually a healthy diet and your body reacts to it and says, well, yippee, you're actually feeding me decent stuff for a change. So if you'd like to talk about this in more depth, give me a call. My number's below. It's 07967 478 272. I'm Trevor. So the number is below this video, it's not actually on the screen, but it's 07967 478 272, and let's get you sorted once and for all without all the rubbish that we've been taught for the last 30, 40, 50 years.